Hello buddy, Insane Frame here, welcome back, hope you're doing well. We're here with another video. In our last video we did XCOM 2 with a single soldier. Truly a brutal and grueling challenge to say the least. I once again do apologise for the video quality there. But today we're going to have a really cool one and we asked the question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas with a battle rifle? The battle rifle is an all-around solid weapon, it's pretty good, a sort of jack of all trades weapon. Decent damage, good rate of fire, decent clip size for 308 rounds, and it's just a good weapon in general. So all in all, a pretty decent weapon to do a challenge with. So without further ado, let's go on and dive straight into the rules. We can only use the battle rifle in battle. No glisser exploit, no cheating or modding, and we're going to be playing on very hard difficulty with hardcore enabled. So without further ado, let's go on into the game. We start the game on up and see Doc Mitchell, a friendly face and a doctor, a rare combination in New Vegas, and we are asked our name. We name ourselves Ben Beckman, comment down below if you know the reference. We take a look, we did our best, but I'm sure a bandana or some power arm will sort our character out anyway. It's on to special stats and we decide to go for 6 strength, 4 perception, 5 endurance, 1 charisma, 7 intelligence, 7 agility, and 10 luck. Quite a solid build, a good jack of all trades with decent luck, so pretty decent all things considered. We also get 3 skills we can tag, which raises our skills by 15 points. Don't worry too much about the numbers on screen, all you need to know is 100 is best and 0 is terrible. We select 3 skills, which is guns, repair and survival, very straightforward. We then get the option of traits and we can select up to 2 traits, but we only need 1. We decide to go for fast shot, so we shoot 20% faster, but we're 20% less accurate. But considering the weapon we're doing the run with is an accurate weapon, it adds to our damage quite considerably. Doc Mitchell gives us his old Pip-Boy and we enable hardcore mode, meaning we have to keep an eye on our sleep, food and water supplies or suffer special stat penalties, and in very severe cases it can even result in death, but it's all in good fun. Once we leave Doc Mitchell's house, we head straight out of Good Springs and towards the NCR Correctional Facility and go towards the Brotherhood bunkers in the Hidden Valley. We go through the fence's perimeter and end up in a few windy mountain passages near Black Rock Mountain. We manage to sneak on through and see some mutants and we evade them successfully. We do get spotted by one of the mutants however, but we avoid some bear traps and a boulder rolls down the hill, allowing us to get away. Since we sneak past, we can now access the main area of New Vegas, so we go to the trade post and sell everything we have to get ourselves the weapon of choice this run, which is a battle rifle, which is very nice to have this early on in the run. The gun runners sell us the ammo we need near Camp McCarran, and we can now attack things, which is a great start this early on. We take our battle rifle out for a spin on some fiends and it's pretty much ready to go out of the box. We just need to keep an eye on our ammo since we're using 308 ammo. We had to take out many fiends and go ahead and grab their weapons for some decent caps. We shoot a random person in the back of the head and the XP levels us up. And we put all of our points into guns and we decide to go for rapid reload. So we reload our weapon 25% faster. It's back to Alexander at the trade post and we now have a decent amount of ammo to get some kills under our belt. We decide to go to Good Springs Cemetery to get the snow globe for a bit later on. And we decide to go back to the trade post and go towards Helios 1 to begin killing all the ants in the field. It's pretty good, and with the ants taken care of, we get a level up. We decide to spec into guns and survival to help us out. We lay into the fiends once more and they get many bullets in them. They really don't like us at this point, but we decide to try our best and take out a few of them. We even meet Driver Neffy and we cripple his legs and shoot him repeatedly until we bring him down and take his head, which is excellent. It's Cook's turn next and we get to shooting down his minions in satisfying fashion. It's pretty cool and awesome, but we swap over to our armor penetration round and go after Cook. We unload many volleys on him, we close in on him and we manage to kill him easy enough. We level up from the experience and decide to spec into guns and survival, which is pretty good. For our perk, we decide to go for Confirmed Bachelor, so we do 10% more damage to male opponents, which is fantastic. We also get special dialogue with some male characters as well. We decide to go to hunt some geckos near Good Springs and sure enough we level up and we decide to spec all into guns, raising our skill considerably to 78, which is really decent. It's time for more fiends and it's time for the last of the trio, which is Violet. Her doggos approach us and we take them out one by one, shot by shot, and Violet herself shows up and we kind of get into a cool sniping match with it's very tense as we're very low on health. But we come out on top as she hits the ground and we take the final bounty by taking her head. May the fluffy doggos rest in peace. Once all our business concludes, we head over to Camp McCarran, the main NCR base in New Vegas, and we find Major Daltrey. We hand all 3 bounties in, one after the other, and since we completed the quest, we also gain another level up. We decide to put more skill points into guns once again, and as for our perk, we decide damage is king and go for bloody mess, gaining a 5% damage boost across the board. We go ahead and speak to Colonel James Hugh. We decide to look into the intelligence leaks and pickpocket Captain Curtis, finding very suspicious codes, so we now know who the culprit is almost immediately. Well done, Curtis, you're not so bright, are you? Anyway, since we've done this mission in the past, we merely wait outside the tower and we wait until Curtis is inside. And we have to excuse our manners and we eavesdrop. We quickly realise there is a bomb on board the train, so we immediately run towards the train, which is located above Colonel Hughes' office, and we get aboard the train, and since we pickpocketed the activation codes, we can disarm it no problem, and it's crisis avoided. We let Colonel James Hugh know, and he's very, very lovely and lets us complete the quest, leveling us up. We managed to get our guns to 100 and up our explosive skill to 20. And once our business in Camp McCarran is done, we head on over to the New Vegas Strip. It's guarded by Securitrons, but we have over 2,000 caps, so we can pass on through. It's straight to the Tops Casino, and we get a level up for seeing Benny, and we raise our survival skill quite decently. However, we get a ridiculous perk that is Grunt, raising our weapons base damage by 25%. Needless to say, an absolute powerhouse for perk. We re-enter the Tops Casino and agree to ask for our weapons, and we just decide to go in guns blazing. Our rifle does an amazing job, and the guards really can't stand against us as our damage is pretty damn good. We just decimate the security of the Tops Casino, and we keep our distance, and we even manage to pick Benny's security off no problem, which is most excellent. As for Benny, we make sure that we decapitate him, which is very fitting for him. We level up by picking up the platinum chip, and we decide to go for lots of repair skill to help maintain our equipment and ammo. We go to Yes Man in Benny's room, and he reveals Benny's whole plan to us as he can't say no, hence his name. We decide to finish off the rest of the Tops Casino guards to gain more XP, and upon exiting the Tops Casino, the Legion have their representative and send an invitation from Kaiser, which we'll just ignore. The NCR also send a representative from the NCR, and we just ignore that as well. We level up and we put all of our points into repair, and for our perk we go for intense training to up our endurance to 6. We also go outside the New Vegas Strip to the New Vegas Medical Clinic. Here you can buy implants to increase your stats by 1 for 4,000 caps. We go ahead and get an endurance implant, increasing our endurance to 7 to gain more health on our level ups. Once we get some more hollow point ammo, we head on over to the Gamora Casino and we begin taking out all the security there. We royally tear them apart as our hollow points tear them a new one, which is great for XP and great for our caps, and we even kill Troik and take the utility room key. We loot all the lovely weapons and make a tidy profit from all the weaponry. So with all our caps, we decide to go back to the medical clinic and purchase one of the 2 advanced implants that you can get. This one costs 8,000 caps and it's called the Subdermal Implant, and it gives us +4 passive armor. A very powerful implant indeed. We go back to the fiends and start shooting them once again, and they are a good source of XP, and sure enough we level up and we go for repair skill with a hint of survival, and we hone in on bolt 3 and begin clearing more of the fiends. We go through killing a lot of them, but we come across some hostages and we manage to kill more fiends. We find one of them named Daniel and loot him for the cell keys. We free the hostages, so we continue on and we get to the living quarters and go through even more fiends as we frantically shoot them head to toe. We get to the end and we pop a bullet in Motor Runner's skull, giving a 1-shot 1-kill, and thankfully we didn't have to face his chainsaw. We report back to Colonel James Hugh and he gives his gratitude. For all of our loot, we go back to the clinic and decide to get an intelligence implant, giving us +1 intelligence, making a total of 8. We decide to set foot in the Lucky 38 casino and we meet Mr. House. We deliver the platinum chip and he shows us to the basement of the Lucky 38 to show us the upgrade to Securitron, as they are now Mark IIs and have rocket launchers. How lovely. We go to the cocktail lounge and find the snow globe and turn them into Jane, who gives us 4,000 caps, which is excellent. Since we handed in the snow globes, we start killing the Securitrons with our armor-piercing ammo. It's not too much trouble, and we even level up and manage to get ourselves up to 86 repair, which is nice. For our perk, we decide to go for Finesse, which gives us critical chance equivalent to 5 points of luck, which is pretty damn good. We open Mr. House's control room via a terminal and get to his inner sanctum, and we meet him face to face. We decide to kill him, which takes several rounds as I'm a terrible shot here, but once dealt with, we return to Yes Man and meet him at the Lucky 38. Once at the 38, Yes Man is uploaded to Mr. House's systems, allowing us to control of New Vegas, which is brilliant. Now all we need to do is meet the factions and we're pretty much done. So we begin with the closest faction to us, which is the White Glove Society, and we repeat what we did to the other two casinos. We begin shooting them in droves and manage to shoot them apart in throngs, which is highly amusing. And in the process, we managed to level up and get ourselves a 100 repair skill. Very nice indeed. However, it's immediately back to killing, and we also head to the basement and find Ted's, and we kill a psychopath chef as bullets beat knives. We reunite Ted's with his father and gain considerable XP, but with the White Gloves done, we now have all the casinos in ruin, and it's on to the next faction. Red Rock Canyon is our next location and home to the Great Khans. We skulk around and we get many sneak attacks off, and none of the wiser, which is excellent. After killing many Great Khans, we level up and we put all of our points into survival for good measure. For our perk, we go for Stonewall so we can no longer be knocked down with melee attacks, and also gain +5 armor against melee attacks, which will come in handy. We also managed to find 2 units of turbo in the Great Khan camp, just in case we need to use it. We decided to go to Papa Khan and destroy Carl, as no one likes Carl, and then we kill Papa Khan, so now the Khans have met their demise, which is marvellous. With 2 factions down, it's time to make our way to the Brotherhood of Steel, so we go to the Hidden Valley, and upon entering the bunker, we're met by many Brotherhood of Steel forces, and they strip us down, so we comply with their demands, and we speak to Elder McNamara. He decides we need to prove ourselves, and we need to take care of an NCR Ranger, and he fits a explosive collar to us, so yay. We go into one of the bunkers and find a radio, and we shoot it and head back and report that the Ranger won't be a problem due to the radio being out of order. Elder McNamara is actually pleased with our result and takes the explosive collar off of us. We meet the Elder in his inner sanctum, and we are tasked with getting 3 holotapes, so we get to it. We find the first holotape in the crater located very close to the Hidden Valley bunker, and for the second one we go to a building filled with robots and get a bunch of sneak attacks in a hallway for XP. We find the second holotape on the top floor, which is really cool. We make a quick stop at the medical clinic and get a strength implant raised now strength to 7, which will help with our carry weight when we get power armor. Anyway, we get a hello from the boomers as artillery shells rain from the sky, and we take cover behind a fence. We wait until the volley of shells stop raining from the sky, and we run on over to the fence and we meet a guy with a rocket launcher. Raquel then takes over and takes us to Mother Pearl, who welcomes us with open arms. However, we are here for the holotape, so we get to the area where we should have been bombarded and pick up the final holotape. We return to Elder McNamara, and he immediately tasks us with locating 3 scouts to get their reports. So we do the right thing and locate the first scout near the NCR prison and get his report, which is good. We follow some train tracks and see the second scout nearby and get the report, which is easily done. The third scout is located on the hill, and sure enough, we get the last report and head back to Elder McNamara. He then trusts us with a sensitive task on fixing the air supply for the bunker, which we agree to. So we speak to Senior Knight Lorenzo, and he says we need some parts from some of the vaults. So we go to the easiest vault first, which is Vault 3, where the fiends were located, and we walk on through and see the bodies in all their glory, and we get to Motor Runner's room and we take what we need. 1 down, 2 to go. So Vault 22 is next, which is overgrown with lots of greenery. We explore around and we level up due to exploration XP, and we put all of our points into survival. We make it to the Overseer's office and unlock everything we need to, and we go to the bottom floor and start killing the giant mantises. We see a hole in the wall and go on through and see the locker, and job's a good one. We backtrack to the lift and we get to the first floor, and out we go. The last vault is located near the trade post, and once we get there, we get to the entrance of Vault 11. It's really easy as the enemies are pretty weak and we can just wreak havoc without good care, but we go down to the area where we have to swim to the locker. Once we do, we get the final piece of the puzzle and return to Knight Lorenzo. Once we hand the pieces into him, we go to Elder McNamara and he lifts the lockdown, and we get a key to one of the safe houses. However, we're not quite done, as we have one more thing to do as we wish to join the Brotherhood of Steel. We're tasked with going to Black Rock Mountain and installing a transmitter. We climb the edge of Black Rock Mountain and we manage to snipe one of the Night King carrying a rocket launcher. With the main problem dealt with, we attract the attention of invisible enemies. However, they aren't the brightest, so we use the fence to our advantage and shoot them silly. We get one last Night King and we destroy them by using lots of bullets with lots of panic. But we pull through and we go into the main radio tower and we find the key behind some steps. We get into the main area where we see a mutant called Tabitha, which reminds me of a certain diva, as we tailor their clothes with bullets and they swiftly swing a super sledge at us. But once our cage match concludes, we come out on top, gaining a level up. We achieve maximum survival skill, and for our perk, we go ahead and we go with Fight the Power. So we get +2 armor, as well as a +5% critical chance against anyone wearing NCR, Legion, or Brotherhood of Steel armor. A very useful perk for us indeed. Elder McNamara is informed about our success and allows us to not only join the Brotherhood, but also get promoted to the rank of Paladin. And we also get power armor training, allowing us to wear power armor. So we walk on over to the QM and we buy ourselves some T51 power armor, and we look amazing. We're now ready for the finale. It's just getting some ammo. So we go to the Atomic Wrangler, get a single chip, and begin playing blackjack. And after a few minutes, we get about 4,000 chips and play the slot machine to hit the jackpot. So we're over 5,000 caps up. We go shopping for ammo, and once completed, we return to Yes Man and give him the news about each of the factions. We ignore the assassination attempt on President Kimball, so we're nearing the final stretch. Speaking of which, we get a override chip and have to go to the El Dorado power station. We simply walk in, install the chip, and walk out again. As simple as that. However, once we report back to Yes Man, he says that we need to blow up the generators, and we get a prompt to say if we're ready. We most certainly are. We deploy on the dam with a Securitron assisting us. We easily take out the Centurions. Their rifle holds up against their armor. We do take some damage, but we heal up from a sink inside one of the towers, and we manage to assassinate 2 NCR heavy troopers, one with a sneak attack, one with many bullet holes. We go into the control room and we install the override, and Yes Man's face is everywhere. Perfect. We overload one of the generators, and now the NCR hate us, but the Legion send 2 soldiers, but they get melted by us. We do level up and put points into medicine, but we carry on. The NCR begin attacking us, and they don't like lasers and 308 rounds going into them, but we go through the hallways and we wreck everything in our way. And upon getting to the second half of the bridge, we have many Securitrons, and it's not even a fair fight, as we can just put lead in the Centurions, no problem. Once at the Legate camp, we still have our Securitron. He's on very low health, but we managed to destroy the Praetorians, no problem, as 2 against 1 and lasers are very effective. Now it's time for the Legate, and this was actually quite interesting, as we open up with some amazing damage on the Legate, and we keep shooting him, and the Securitron does prove very useful by adding some extra damage, and we managed to kill the Praetorians without too much issue. We use VATS to chip away at the Legate's health, and then we take him down with no fuss. Excellent. The Legionaries prove very futile, as our bullets just shank them, and our power armor proves very useful. General Oliver bursts through the gate and gives a speech. However, we make sure our Securitrons destroy him in his entirety. It's absolutely hilarious watching him on the ground, so we put a few rounds in to make sure he's no longer a problem. We speak to Yes Man, ending the run, answering the question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas with a battle rifle? And the answer is yes. Yes, you certainly can. Well, that was actually a lovely challenge, actually one of the easier ones, as the battle rifle can pretty much do everything to a good level. It's got the damage, the ammo, and you can even snipe with a degree to it, but yeah, definitely a nice challenge for a change. I'll admit I'm kind of not used to this, as everything just went extremely well, and the battle rifle has always held a decent place in any playthroughs I do in New Vegas in my spare time, as it's a really good weapon to bridge the gap between the early game weapons and the late game weapons. So it was really nice to pay the weapon its due. Definitely a decent workhorse weapon. I can't recommend it enough. Anyway, for our next video, we're going to go ahead and jump into Fallout 4 and see if we can beat Fallout 4 with a laser musket. So stay tuned for that. It'll be very interesting to see how it plays out. Anyway, like the video if you liked the video, and comment down below. It's always lovely hearing from you, even if you want to suggest challenges or say hi. And subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching the video. I've been Insane Frame. Thank you for your time today, and of course I hope you all take care, have a fantastic day and a marvelous time, and yeah, this is Insane Frame. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye bye for now, ladies and gentlemen.